Okay, so now let's look at installing Visual Studio as your IDE. Visual Studio requires quite a bit of space on the hard drive and then also requires quite a bit of RAM. So if you have an older system or if you have a newer system but it's doesn't have much RAM or has a very small hard drive, you might want to go with those other options of either code blocks or online GDB. But if you do have a fairly new system and you have plenty of hard drive space and you have a lot of RAM on it, a Visual Studio will run really well on your system. Just one word of caution, there is a Mac version, but when you go and look at the Mac version, it doesn't support C++ yet. So it supports C Sharp, which is similar to C++ but not quite the same. So if you've got that Mac version, try Xcode for the Mac, and it's kind of analogous to Visual Studio. It's not going to look quite the same. I don't have a Mac to be able to give you the videos, but there's plenty of videos on YouTube about using Xcode with C++. With Visual Studio, I would recommend just doing the community version here, which is the free download. But if you want to, you could use the professional or enterprise version and then do the free trial. And then after the free trial is over, then go back to the community version. So I've started Visual Studio here, and I want to create a new project. So this is the page that opens up, the splash page, and then here's create new project. And then it will have a lot of options in here, and we're looking just for a console application. I have C++ selected. If you have all languages, it may show a lot of options, but just C++ selected. If you don't see anything in here, click on this install more tools and features. And then this is the one that you want, this desktop development with C++. So this is under workloads, and then there's desktop development with C++, and that should get you everything that you need. So I've already got that installed on mine, so I'm just going to click close. So now we're back in Visual Studio, so we're going to click on Console Application. I had some filters on earlier, so I cleared those off. You can always just click up there to clear them. So if we pick C++, we should have this option, Console Application, then click Next. Give it a name, make for sure that it has a valid path. If you're going to save it to a flash drive or a different location, make sure that you do that here. Trying to save your source code later to different locations going to break the links in your project, and you'd either have to relink it, which is a little bit tough when you're first getting started, or you'd have to create a new project and then paste your code back in. So if you're going to change anything, change it now and select the folder. I'm perfectly okay with it going to that folder on the hard drive. Now just click Create. Now it opened up a Hello World program in C++, and so you can see this is my console application 10. It should automatically open. If not, though, you can go to Solution Explorer and then go to Source Files, and you'll see console application 10.cpp, which is a file that we have open. Notice that it looks very similar to the other Hello World programs. There's an include IO stream. There's that int main. You could just leave it empty, or you could put void in there. And then you have a cout statement, and it has hello world. One difference here is it has a \n. A \n is a control character, so / says get ready to expect a control character, and then the n just tells it to do a new line. So it's similar to the ENDL or end line that we saw earlier. It just doesn't flush the output buffer. You'll notice that this one also doesn't have a return statement. So when the return statement is missing, then when it comes to the end of the function and it has the closed curly brace, it's going to automatically do that return. And since function is defined as an integer, it's going to return the default value, which should be 0. So let's run this program. So we're going to go to debug, and then we'll do start without debugging. And then it'll compile it. And then in our console window here, we can see the hello world. And so that's it with Visual Studio.